Okay, welcome to an out of the box video. Today we are going to play something quite different. This is the Days of Future Past X-Men expansion, and I'm going to be playing this with Logan, Kitty Pryde, Rachel Summers, Phoenix, because it seems kind of appropriate given it's the Days of Future Past. They are going to be taking on Nimrod and his 3 rather large Sentinels. So as you can see, if you are familiar with Marvel United, the layout's quite different. We don't have the rescue boards or the threat boards that we have to remove. The Sentinels can take damage straight away, and they each have, how many was it? 4 damage tokens each. Nimrod has a mighty 10 damage, but he can also take damage straight away, but he only appears when the last Sentinel has been destroyed. So I've got to clear out the 3 Sentinels, then Nimrod will appear, and then we start going through his master plan deck of cards. Until that happens, all we have to do is contend with the Sentinels are running around New York, because I'm playing this with the core Marvel United standard set. I don't have my X-Men set here with me. And what happens with the Sentinels is that we have activation tokens, and we shuffle those up, and after every hero, because we're playing S.H.I.E.L.D. solo mode with these 3 heroes, every one of these will activate and start chasing down our heroes. And the way that they chase down the heroes is there's a set of rules based on the last 2 cards worth of actions. And that's quite small. I'm tempted to grab the big one from the rules. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that might work better. Okay, so I'm going to stick that here. Hopefully it won't spill my coffee on it, because that's better than using, there's a card for each player, but there's only 1 player, so hey, I will use the main rules. Otherwise, things pretty much go the same. There's people to rescue, there's thugs to fight, there's threats to remove. The way that we lose is lose all our cards. So we lose all our cards are out of life. Or the villainous plot is Nimrod gets the 15. And that's about it, really. And that gets increased through activities that the Sentinels do on their list of actions, and also if there's overflow. So if there's an overflow, it increases as well. But the order of business is to stop these Sentinels that are coming out of Stark Labs. So I've got my 3 starting cards, and we'll go. So draw and see what we get. So Phoenix is really interesting, because Phoenix has got pretty much these multi-use symbols on all of her cards. But then she has a card here that allows her to do 5 in 1 turn. Oh, where did I get that from? Oh, it's the bottom of the deck. That was in the wrong place. Let's try that again. I knew I'd seen it somewhere else. Like, there's I must have shuffled in the wrong one. There it is, starting card. So there's a card that says bottom of the deck for Rachel Summers, which is kind of tricky when you play S.H.I.E.L.D. mode, because you're playing with 3 characters. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to split the deck a little bit, and then shuffle that into the bottom third. So I don't know when it's going to pop, and that might simulate that. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so as I was saying, Phoenix has a lot of the wild cards, but then her starting hand card says, as long as this card is face up in the storyline, other heroes must ignore and skip Phoenix cards in the storyline. And you think, well, why would you do that? Well, many of her cards, not this one, have blanks. And if you start playing lots of blanks, then your characters are going to get disadvantaged. So then you play this one. So I guess you play as many as you can until you start hitting the powerful blank cards that are good for her but no good for anyone else. Then use this one and hopefully that'll resolve. Okay, but first of all we're going to go Kitty Pryde. She can start, and this is her starting card, and when you play that you get to put Lockheed in play, and he can do some extra damage and things, so he's now appeared as well. And as long as this card's on the table, when I move, I can either move Kitty or I can move Lockheed. And I think what I'm going to do is, that's a bad one. So I'm going to move Kitty Pryde here because the Sentinel production heals Sentinels. So at the end of every hero turn, we draw a token. And this one is going to target, number 3 is going to target Kitty. So we look at the chart and we do top down. So moves 1 closer to the heroes. Number 3, which is that one, will come stomping over here. And then we've got nothing else. If the last hero has a special effect, increase the Nimrod activation by 1. So we have to do that because we've done a special effect. If the hero is in the target's location, do 1 damage. Well, that's all good. And that's Kitty's turn. Right, draw a card. Okay, that's not helpful. What does Logan do? I don't need to move. Well, I could move. Let's have a look. Maybe use Rachel. She will use a wild card to do a heroic action and then head off and spread it out, which is what you don't normally do, but this is a different kind of game. Okay, so then we draw our token. Mark II. So Mark II is going to do a move with my 2 closer to the target, and then the wild card causes it to recover 1 health. If it's already at full health, increase Nimrod by 1. Okay. Phoenix didn't do a special ability. Isn't in the same square. Done. Okay, so they're on the move. I don't want to do that. What could I have done? Logan's moving. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that one either. Oh, I could do this. Logan. Always a lot of thinking here. Okay, I'm going to play Logan's starting hand card, which says withstanding the pain. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, you can ignore 1 damage during each villain turn. I guess that's an investment for when Nimrod comes out. And he's going to, I think we're going to move, I think we'll do our heroic action here. And then, go see what's happening over there. Next one, that's going to be number 1, and he's going to do a move, and then he's going to do a heal, but he can't, so that's going to increase. Ouch. And then we did a special effect, and we do another one, so we're up to 4, which is not great. So then we shuffle the tokens, and we're ready for next round, and it is okay. So why don't we do Logan? I'm going to do a heroic action here. I'll punch out that villain to remove that one because we don't want any overflows, and then I'll run back over here. So this one's going to chase Logan, number 1. And we've got to move. And we've got a star, which is add 1 civilian. And we've got a punch, deal 1 damage to 1 hero. It's a Sentinel, so that's going to be Rachel, which is a bit of a pain. I'll throw that one out. Goes under the bottom, I think. Okay, and then last hero effect for, no, we're good, because that was Logan. Well, we lose 1 health, which isn't great, but we can beat him up next round, hopefully. We really need some more Rachel sales cards. Well, we know he's not going to move. So I wonder if we should go, well, there's a good point. If only we could move, can't move Lockie, which is a bit of a pain because he's got, his fire breath would be really handy. So why don't we do Logan again, and he's going to move back here. Actually, he'll do heroic action here and complete that, and then he will move over here and attack Sentinel number 1. It's a good start. Okay, did I draw a card? Yeah, I must do because I played. Okay, so then we're going to have Sentinel number 2. Oops. Oh, he didn't move. He did a wild card. So the Sentinel won't move, but he will add a civilian there, and he will do a damage at location, but there's no one there, and he does a wild card, recover 1 health, which he doesn't need to. So this is going up. So we're going to have to start damaging them a bit more aggressively. The last hero, special effect, nope, and no. Okay, so that worked out okay. So we know that one's going to move. But we'll draw a card. I just don't have any attacks, which is really okay, so what we'll do is that means he won't move. We know he's not going to move, so that's handy. We'll use the movement the wildcard movement to move Lockheed there, and then we'll use the fire breath. He does 2 at the location he's in. That's 2. And while we're here, we'll do the heroic action. So that worked out pretty good. Okay, so pretty well. Okay, so now 3, we know he's not going to move, but he will add a civilian, and then he will recover health, which he doesn't need, so we really need to split up. Quick coffee, and more Logan cards. Okay, oh, we can kill this one if we had an attack, which we do. Logan, shit. Heroic action, and then he will kill that one. Excellent. One down, so that was number 1. It's been destroyed. To shuffle these up, I'll do them under the table and try and forget which order is which. Then he's got to move. And we know that's a bit of a problem. We know that Sentinel's going to move. So I guess we run away. Oh, it might be the other one though, mightn't it? Oh well, we'll see. 2. Yeah, it was that one. Okay, so it's going to move 1. And then we've got to add a person, so a civilian, because of our heroic action. And then it'll do 1 damage to 1 hero, so that's Rachel, what to do. I'll get rid of that one. And we didn't do a special ability. Logan did a runner. All good. Oh, when he finished, you may discard 1 at any location. That's a good point. That would have triggered, so I'll probably get rid of that one. Okay, draw a card. We know that one's going to move because of Logan, so we've got to get Kitty out of here. Oh, no, that's a bad idea because he'll move twice, he'll chase her down, being the good sentinel that he is. Why don't we send Logan in? He could move 1 and then do 3. That's what I think I'll do. So I'll move Logan, can jump back to here, and then attack for 3. What number is that? Number 2. Number 3 gets Loganized. We draw that, we know that's going to be number 3. We know he's going to move. What's the closest? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a good point. Which way will he go? Let's get a dice. Odds, he goes to the top. Evens, he goes to the bottom. Odds, goes to the top. Okay, so then he will do 1 damage. Nope. And he will recover 1 health, which he can't because he's not damaged, so this will go up twice. Wow, that's brutal. And we didn't do any effects, so that's good. Draw a card. Oh, well done, Rachel. About time. So now we'll see this is a Rachel card that's got good power, Phoenix card, but nothing for anyone else. Which is going to be good for the, it's going to be actually very good against the Sentinels because they're not going to have anything apart from truckloads of health. Well, we're going to have to shuffle these. So Rachel could easily kill that one, and I think we will. Okay, so I'm going to play my We'll Ignore Phoenix cards from now on. But that still gets us 1 hit, which will destroy him, which was number 2. So number 2 goes out. We know it's going to be number 3. So basically number 3 is going to activate every round. And I've still got 2 more actions. I'm going to do 1 to complete that. Heroes take extra damage at this location. Okay, when this threat is cleared, decrease the Nimrod activation by 1. That's handy. Oh, I didn't do that on the last one either, did I? Decrease it by 1, so I would have knocked that back down. That's good. Okay. And she's still got 1 action, so we'll... He's not going to move. I'm going to move a bit closer. Which seems like a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to draw a card. We're activating the Sentinel. Maybe we'll keep it open to remind me. Okay, so he's just got 3 wild cards. So he will recover health. He can't, so he'll go 1, 2, 3, and then he'll use a special ability. He'll do special effect, increase Nimrod's activation by 1, so we're up to 10. Whoa, that's putting on the pressure. Okay. Go Rachel, I guess. Wow, if I do wild cards again though. Oh yeah, okay, this is where Rachel's card will kick in really well, actually. Because we'll play that and we'll get 1 to move, and then we'll do 2 damage. End of round, he's got nothing there, so he only gets 1, which was recover 1 health. Oh, recover 1 health for each Sentinel production threat in play. We've got 1, but we got rid of the other one, so he gets 1 health back. She didn't activate. The hero with the corresponding token is in, deal 1 damage. Oh, I'm going to take a damage. Didn't think that one through so well, but it's not the end of the day. Okay, draw a card. Logan. So he's going to be coming after Logan. I can draw a card. I want to do that. What have we got? So we've got nothing. We can't. Oh, we can ignore. Oh, that's fantastic. As long as this card is in the storyline, other heroes must ignore and skip Phoenix cards in the storyline. So I assume that means we go back. So we'll actually get those 2 from Logan, which is kind of handy. It means that guy's going to heal. But I'm kind of more interested in being able to draw a card. So 1, 2, how has he got? He's got 3. I'll hold that off. Lockheed. Shame I can't move Lockheed. That would be funny. Need to finish that off, so I wonder if we can't, well, we've got 2 there, so why don't we do that then? It's a waste, but I'm going to activate Kitty Pryde and use the 2 from Logan to finish this one off, and we get to decrease that by 1, which is important. Oh, in the end of turn you may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand, which is a bonus card, so I can be happy with that. Lockie does 2 punches, that's wasted, but never mind. So he will move, chasing down Kitty Pryde, and then nothing, because it only says hero skip them. So that's pretty good. Hate to think what's going to happen when Nimrod comes out. Okay. So now, oh, this is a, do we skip? Ignore, yeah, Phoenix cards. Oh, if I play this one, it's bad for us, but good for her. She would attack for 2. I'm going to move. Maybe I'll get in position with Logan because Nimrod's going to come in Stark Tower, Stark Labs. So we'll do a move and we'll go punch. But more importantly, we get to draw a card. End of round. Oh, he's going to change his mind. Head back. Oh, I didn't think that through, did I? Because now he's going to do 1 damage. So to Rachel, which is a pain. What else will we do? If the last hero action had a special effect, it did, so that gets increased. And it's not Logan. Okay, this one's turning out to be quite formidable. Next turn. Okay, Phoenix is in the right place at the right time and play that one, which means she'll do 3 damage and kill off Sentinel number 3. Okay, Nimrod appears. I do believe, I'm just going to check on that really quickly. Nimrod, so I think he gets a, we go straight to a, we draw a card as well. And Nimrod enters play, blah blah blah, so defeated. He's placed at a certain location, immediately plays a master plan card. He's vulnerable, is always under pressure, so he'll go at every 2 cards. He's got 10 health, so this is going to be full on. Okay, so move clockwise to the next location with the hero with the most cards in hand. Okay, so I guess it's going to be Logan, because I've got more Logan cards. Okay, and then he will do his BAM. And what's his BAM? Each hero in Liz takes 1 damage. Oh, 1 damage if Nimrod, plus 1 damage if he's in yellow, or 2 damage if he's in red. Oh, so we're going to take 3 damage. Wow, each hero. So that's the end. I died. Wow. Okay, so Nimrod appears, and so you really have to keep that track down. Using wildcards is really dangerous because it burns through that track. And he would have planted a whole lot of, what would he done? He would have put 2 here, so that would have gone up by 1 because it was an overflow. 1 there, 2 there, so it would be another overflow, so he'd be up to 12 already. Now that's Nimrod, and I died. So it looks like, yeah, getting to the Sentinels, doing some damage, so that the overflow damage doesn't, well, the lack of damage, overflow health doesn't increase, so that's important, and keeping that track under control. Lots of possibility there. Oh, there we go. That was Days of Future Past. Marvel United. Subscribe and like.